Now, as you can see, we have mains which have already started flowering and they are maturing. Most of them are ready for harvesting. I am making some manure. I got some manure from a farm which rears goats, and I covered it with straw so that it matures nicely, because if you leave it exposed, uh, most of the nitrogen evaporates in the air and you lose most of the nutrients, because manure mainly is nitrogen that you are after. Here I have a thorn melon tree, and you can see it has already started producing. This is a thorn melon which is almost ready. Once it turns yellow, it will be good for harvesting. And next to it, I have this green plant. This one is the one I use it as a vegetable. It is called nderema. I don't know the English name for it. Right now, I also have a banana tree which has already flowered and is producing beautiful bananas which are almost ready. This is the type which is used for cooking. You don't wait for it to ripen. I got this particular breed from Kitale and I planted it here and it's doing well. I have some purple trees which are coming up, and I also have a loquat tree which is also doing well, as you can see. And on the fence I have passion fruit which is coming up. It has not yet started flowering, and once it starts flowering, then we can have the passions for our consumption in the kitchen. On this other side, I also have another type of passion fruit. This one is the very sweet one, and it is also doing well. And if you plant this, it's always advisable to plant near the fence, or if you don't have a fence, you can make trails where it can climb, because it's a climbing plant. My orange plants have started, my oranges are ready. As you can see, they are ripe and they are very sweet, and we normally you can even make juice out of them and you enjoy your morning drink. And here I have this soursop tree which has produced, at least I can see one up there. I don't know whether it is clear, but it has just at least produced one, and we expect it to continue producing in the coming seasons. I have planted some dragon fruits. As you can see here, there are quite several of them. They have not yet started producing, and normally if you are doing dragon fruit farming, it is advisable to buy. I bought some concrete posts and a ring around the top. Then you let it climb and you support it with if you can tie it around. And once it reaches the top here, it will start dropping downwards. And then you are advised to nip the top so that it produces more branches. And those branches are the ones which eventually give you fruit as they come down when it matures. Here I have some pumpkin pumpkins which are already producing, as you can see, very large pumpkins. And this is a pawpaw tree, is also flowering. I also have planted some garlic here, as you can see in this. This is garlic which has started sprouting quite well, and we have sweet potatoes next to it. And on this other side, I have morenda, which is a vegetable. And as you can see alongside it, I also have kunde, which is a cowpeas, which I said I'm harvesting because you can see there are pods. These are the ones which are not. The reason why you can see I'm in the cropping is because I want to mimic the natural way of the way nature works. Because if you go to a forest, nobody cultivates it, but trees do very well and they are mixed. So I'm trying to mix as much as possible because trees, just like humans, communicate through the roots. So some roots, like if you plant beans, they fix nitrogen in the soil. So if you have another plant, it will benefit from that nitrogen which has been fixed. So it is always best to intercrop as much as possible. There's a cycle in the forest which happens naturally, and I want to mimic that. And this is a pawpaw tree. You can see it has produced some pawpaw. Some have already been harvested, and we take them. This is a guava tree. It had produced a lot of guavas, and we have started consuming them. So these are the guavas. They are doing quite well, but whenever they ripen, the birds invade. So you have to be careful because there is no other way to control it apart from just chasing them away. I have this, which is called manati, and I use this to chase the birds away. This one is now almost ready to start producing fruits. This is the dragon fruit, and this is how it goes. So you can see the branches are dropping downwards, but there is a support. There is a ring which is metallic, and I put a tire, a motorbike tire, because if you let it lie on the metal, when it is hot, burns it. So you cushion it with either rubber or whatever material you can use, which will prevent the heating of the metal to destroy your dragon fruit. This season, I introduced a new plant called air potato. It's a potato, but it is produced on the tree, not underground. So normally what happens when they ripen, to know that they are ready, you don't just wait, they will fall down. These two have already collected, which means these are ready for consumption. So you can either roast them or boil them. But you have to be very careful because there are some varieties which are poisonous. But this one, I got it from somebody who had imported it from West Africa. It is not native in Kenya. It's very rare. And if you want to plant, you use the same, these ones you plant, and they will grow. It is a crawling plant, so you have to put some support material so that it can grow alongside. These are cherry tomatoes, which are ripening. They are ready for consumption. And in these are containers which have put soil with manure, because it is always good to plant some plants on raised ground. And these are carrots. They are almost ready, and I ate several of them. This is Dania, which is also ready, and you can see I've let some to grow and the flower so that I can get seeds for the next season. I don't have to go buy more seeds. And this is managu. You can see we have consumed a lot of it, and now I've let some flower. They have seeds now. So then next time I want to plant, I just take the seeds from here. I don't have to go to the market to buy seeds. And there's another vegetable called mito, which is here. I planted it, and you can see it has produced pods. I've allowed this to produce pods. These pods, I'll crack them, get the seeds, and they will be my seed for the next season. I don't have to go back to the shops to buy seeds. So you let some just overgrow, and then they'll produce seeds. And that is the pomegranate tree, which had a lot of fruits, and now we have consumed all of them. So we are waiting for it will start flowering immediately. It has no season, it flowers immediately. You harvest it starts flowering afresh. And here we have some sweet potatoes, which are purple. The leaves are purple, and the potatoes, once you dig them, they are purple. I will show them in the next video when I start harvesting. And this is the English cucumber, which is also a crawling plant. I'm letting it go up, then it will start producing. And I have successfully made some cucumbers. This is a cucumber which has grown. They don't do very well here. There are a lot of pests which attack them. But at least that one